Yo,
What's
what's
up,
up, guys?
What is
everybody?
going on?
What's up? So
Hello.
I just posted in the Telegram, so there should be people pulling up right now. Ahmad, what's up, brother?
Yo,
But yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
10,
So
actually.
yeah, so I hope everybody's having a great day. If you guys, it's the first time checking out the stream. My name is Bren. We got my boy Danksy Rotes. We usually have two others for logo, and my boy Yoni. But if you're new here, welcome. We appreciate you having coming on. We do these streams twice a week. Uh, Tuesday and Friday. Friday we do at a little bit later time. I'm sorry, earlier time, 10 a.m. PST, and then Friday today, 1 p.m. TST, Tuesday. So yeah, we discuss everything that's going on in Web3, crypto, NFTs, memes, AI. It's been an exciting 6 or 7 months. So if you're new here, welcome. I know a lot of people are pouring in from the channel right now. Usually, the way we start out this show, what's up, Panda? Before we do start, we do like these shows to be super interactive. So definitely use the chat. If you have any comments, questions, anything you want us to see, chart requests when it's time. But usually, the way we start the show is we have my boy Rhodes here do a little bit of a review of the past few days. It's been a pretty eventful week, a lot going on. So, Rhodes, you want to take over?
Yeah, it's pretty eventful is an understatement. It's been a wild uh, several weeks, but very much the last few days as well. Throughout the weekend, Bitcoin showed some stability, even though there was really just a crazy washout, crypto kind of bloodbath, a nuke on alts, a nuke on meme coins across the board. Risk assets really got hammered. Really all driven by tariff fears from Canada and Mexico, or U.S. tariffs, et cetera. A bit of a trade war going on, which crashed the market. In my opinion, a pretty strong overreaction. That's what we've seen from crypto in general. I guess it's a little bit more uncertainty when it comes to risk assets, and that's where the washout come. This kind of results in liquidity flushes, where you see exchanges pushing through to sell into liquidity and flush out longs, etc. And overall, Bitcoin held pretty stable, stayed within range. So Bitcoin showed really no weakness at all, but we saw upwards of 8 to 10 billion in liquidations. Really, kind of the highest liquidation event that we've ever seen. We've said in the past, we've said it, we'll say it again today. Be wary of any kind of leverage trading with this type of market, with this kind of volatility, until we kind of get clear of these ranges. Like, this is not where you want to be long or shorting the market, because the market's just going to pound back and forth within ranges and get you. We had ETH BTC fall to a 4-year low. Ethereum really got hammered on this, and that's where I think alts and even memes kind of cascaded downward with this overall fear. Eric Trump yesterday kind of bull posted Ethereum, said he basically shilled it, probably pre-bought it, did some stuff that probably not super appropriate, but it happened. I guess that's on the positive side of it. It seems like the World Liberty Financial, or whatever they're called, World Financial, went ahead and bought a bunch of Ethereum. Various figures floating around there, and I'm sure Eric also bought some Ethereum. But either way, at least it shows and highlights the interest in Ethereum. Ethereum it's not going to die, even if it's it's struggling at the moment. David Sachs had a crypto announcement here today. We were hoping that was going to be a catalyst for a bit more of a surge. Not really the case, even though his words and his sentiment was all quite positive towards crypto. I don't know. I think maybe the announcement was, we were thinking that it was just going to be, hey, we're getting the Bitcoin reserve going, we're going to buy a bunch of crypto, but that's not going to happen. Legislation's got to occur, and all that kind of stuff's got to occur. It's likely going to happen over time, and we'll get there. But announcement-wise, it didn't happen. So we had a rejection after we broke 100K. We rejected off 100K, and now we're trying to back down. Hyperliquid really performed well during this crash. Along with Bitcoin, was really the main top performer. Had revenue that exceeded Ethereum over the last 7 days, so it continues to show strength. AI market cap was down 2% over the last 24 hours, but upwards of about 30% over the last week. NFTs volume is down a bit on Ethereum, Ordinals, Solana kind of within range. Winners over the last 24 hours are Quantum Cats up 20%, up at 0.28, really showing their strength on the ordinal side of things. They are clearly the punks, if you will, of ordinals. Beans oversold a bit in the Azuki ecosystem, almost as low as 0.1. We're looking at it yesterday, up 17% here today. And then Memeland Captain's up 11%. Not a lot of green when it comes to NFTs. Captain's up probably on the whole Pain token that was pre-saled up to 100 million. They're going to get an allocation. At least that's what I've seen. And so Captain's up a bit. And in terms of meme coins, winners over the last 24 hours, we have Alpha, a new coin, up 63% to 175 million. Fog, up 16% to 92 million. Obviously down over the last while. Doge up 9.57% to 49 million. I think we're going to see these occasional runs with Doge, but I don't know if the long-term outlook is anything significant. And then Enron, this highlights kind of the nature of the market right now. Enron ran to 700 million, launched only 2.5 hours ago, ran to 700 million within 10 minutes, and then proceeded to dump down to 190 million over the next 2 hours. You're going to see this volatility through the market. You're going to see these new coins drop, suck a bunch of liquidity. You're going to see Frank likely making $1 million on it because he's in there instantly, always, and then away it goes. Prediction market wise, what is the outlook for Bitcoin? 110K is now down to 62%. It was as high as 79% probability for end of March.
Yeah.
And 80K is now hovering at 26%. That is it. Let's get at it for the rest of the show.
Hell yeah. No, I do like that March 110K bet, honestly. What is it?
Right? End of March.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good one. It's like what? It's like a 2x or a 50%. It's at 62%. Yeah, so it's like a 50% return on any money that you invest at that level. But awesome. Yeah, no, that was great. No, now the Doge NFT, what is that?
Not Doge NFT, that's Doge meme coin.
Never mind, dude.
Department of Government, yeah.
Didn't you have NFTs on bottom? Did you switch it up, or am I tripping?
No, NFT's always been in the middle.
Okay, cool.
Sneak
awesome,
them in there, and then we finish strong with memes, right?
For sure. Appreciate that. So I want to go to the chat real quick before we do go to the majors. What's up, Panda? What's up, Crypto 949? What's up, Esteban? What's up, Lady Percoin? The dude Dem says, honestly, the amount of controversy that's going on in the world is being reflected in the market as the collective is being affected too. Yeah, I think what's going on right now with the tariffs and everything is not inherently bad for risk assets. But you do make a great point, Dim, that the markets do digest a lot of these news with volatility and up and down and stuff. But we'll go over here in a second. I do think the majors are just finishing up corrective patterns on the charts. And, after a bit more, probably pretty soon here, we're probably going to bottom out. We'll go over that here in a second. Justin says, what's up, Bren? What's up, Justin? Dr. Tom, what's up, brother? Doge NFT is my PFP. Okay, right on. Doginal? Okay, that's like a Doge NFT, an ordinal. Crypto Envy says, good afternoon. Awesome. Yeah, definitely keep typing in the chat. We'll be looking at that. I do want to go ahead and I don't know if you're switched over to my screen yet or not. It doesn't look like it. But let's go ahead and go to the majors right now.
Do you guys listen to David Sachs' announcement?
I didn't get a chance to. I caught the end where that other dude was talking. But what about you? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched. They said a whole lot of nothing, but that's what they do as politicians.
Yes.
I think it's bullish though. I mean, they're basically saying like stablecoin's going to be a priority. They're looking into the Bitcoin strategic reserves, whether it's viable, and that was good. Basically, they just said there's going to be less gray area in crypto, so people will know what to do and what they can't do.
It was definitely bullish. I think expectations that it was going to be super bullish, I guess. Whenever it comes to crypto and these regulations, we always seem to expect a lot more than what is likely realistic. So I think this is another really good announcement, and they've been consistent. They've been consistent on these announcements and consistent on the timing. So yeah, I agree. This is a super positive for the macro environment.
Hell yeah. No, 100%. We shouldn't expect, it's not how it works where they're not going to be able to just drop a Bitcoin reserve tomorrow. They got to, plan it all out and get congressional approval. What I do think is interesting that happened over the last few days is the sovereign wealth fund that they talked about. Talking to my buddy Max, who is kind of an older guy in the traditional finance world, really smart guy. He's kind of saying that that's a way that they're going to be able to buy crypto without having to have the congressional approval of everything. Once that sovereign wealth fund is set up, if it's set up in the way that they're saying, they'll just be able to buy crypto. With that, not necessarily have to be strategic reserve type of thing. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on as well. My buddy Max, like I said, he thinks it's going to be like they did that like for the most part because of crypto, so they can kind of do the whole crypto thing. And Trump kind of wants to have that on his legacy of like starting the first U.S. sovereign wealth fund type of thing. So yeah, I think all of this is extremely bullish. It's just going to take a bit of time. I do think prices are going to bottom out before a lot of this happens. But yeah, I think it's extremely bullish for digital assets that we're going to get clarity. And, it's going to enable a lot of cool shit to happen on chain, tokenized stocks, bonds, all this cool shit that BlackRock and stuff's talking about. And yeah, but as far as the majors go, I'm
They're
trying to
also
think.
talking about buying TikTok with the wealth fund.
Yes. I did hear that as well. Is there a deadline where TikTok has to be bought by? It's like,
I think it's like
or
another
is it
month
just
or
kind of in the
something,
air?
45 days.
Okay, they kind of extended it, right? And
Yeah.
okay. Is there anything else we missed the last few days? Obviously the whole China tariffs. Was there like a response this morning from Trump? I really haven't been reading.
No response on our end with the China tariffs. Uh, yeah, I think the China tariffs are going to take a lot longer than the Canada Mexico ones. Those seem
Interesting.
settled.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead with the Bitcoin stuff.
Right on. Yeah. So since right here on January 27th, when Bitcoin did this bounce, it became very obvious to me that Bitcoin is this exhibiting corrective behavior. For those of you who haven't, heard me talk about it or just aren't aware, in general, corrections are essentially pullbacks or cool off periods before the next move up or down. And corrections have distinct behaviors. The biggest one being a lack of consolidation before coming down. These bounces, multiple lows, kind of forming these channel-like structures, corrective channels, I like to call them. So since this first bounce, it was obvious to me that the chart was telling us that this is corrective, meaning the next big move was going to be up. These channels usually have 2 to 4 lows in them. This being the first, this being the second. So since here, it's always been the thing that we could always come down and form a second or third. But overall, this chart, and it's the same thing on ETH and Sol, which we'll go over in a second. It's just the writing's on the wall. It's extremely obvious chart-wise that this is corrective and that we're not going to see a major reversal here under 90K. And instead, the next big move is going to be the upside, continuation to the upside. So what I think is going to happen here in the short term is a few things, okay? We could come down and retest this low and kind of form a double bottom, be done there, and then just send to the upside. It could come down and form a lower or a higher low where it doesn't come all the way down and goes up, or we could form a fresh low in the low 90s, maybe touch 90, 91, something like that. Either way, it's extremely obvious to me in the charts, like I was saying, plus all the positive catalysts from crypto and just in risk assets in general, coming from Trump and everything, that once we blow off this whole tariff stuff, I do think Bitcoin is going to head back to the upside very likely after this next move down. So I think in the next few weeks we will see Bitcoin above 100K again, and that's why I'm so confident on that Polymarket bet. I think in the next few months we're for sure going to see Bitcoin above 110 and very likely sometime this month. So yeah, super coiled up corrective behavior on the charts. Again, we could come down and form one more low. This isn't the only second low. And who knows, maybe we can come down and even form a fourth, which is very unlikely. But I think what's most likely here is that we're going to come down, either retest 93, come, give or take in the low 90s, form that final bottom, and then finally send to the upside. Again, I'm not an economist by any means. I like to learn from people who are, been doing this, who've been economists and study this kind of stuff for a long time. And from what I understand, this whole tariff stuff is not inherently bearish for risk assets. And in fact, it could be actually very bullish for stuff like Bitcoin. So go ahead.
And a lot of times it's just posturing, right? Trump's posturing and negotiations to achieve things. So he'll push really hard, push 110% and expect to only get 20% back on whatever the negotiation is, et cetera. So as much as they tend to be underlying fears, it's done in a way to get negotiations on whatever other policy he's trying to get done. So in this case for Canada, US, and Mexico, US, it was border and border protection, and for those countries to step up and do their share. So I think as long as they do that, then there's no fear of tariffs, at least with the neighboring. And in China, well, there's a little bit more that goes on there, but there's also negotiations there that they'll look for a give and take.
Right on. Yeah, so I think Bitcoin very, very close to bottoming out. And yeah, I think a lot of it's posturing. I don't think the tariffs are inherently bearish. In fact, if the tariffs do happen, I think it's very likely they could start quantitative easing a lot quicker. That's what a lot of people are saying. Where in fact, start the money printers essentially, which right now, this whole crypto growth over the last few years has been kind of in a not an optimal place for like liquidity. Essentially, they've been tightening, starting to cut rates, but definitely we've been slowly easing. If they somehow do turn on the money printers and start doing quantitative easing again, and rates are back down to where they were before, we could really get some rocket fuel that could really push us into like a crazy super cycle. But either way, let's go ahead and go on to ETH really quick. It's a little bit different. A lot of people shitting on ETH, of course. Every time something gets sent down a lot like this, people do like to shit on it. But I do think what's going to end up happening this year with BlackRock building the tokenized stocks on ETH, bonds, all this different stuff, that I think most of the block space demand, meaning most of the stuff that's done on blockchains, is going to remain on ETH. Meme coins obviously are on Solana for the most part, as they should be, right? But most of the overall crypto demand for for blockchains are not going to come from meme coins. It's going to come from tokenized stocks, bonds, NFTs, contracts, all that different stuff. And I still think most of that stuff's going to be on Ethereum. So in the short term, I think Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, probably consolidates, maybe comes down a little bit more, puts in that final bottom. And then I do think as this BlackRock starts to build the tokenized stocks, they start talking about these bigger things. I do think Ethereum is going to benefit from that the most out of any of the majors. So I do think we see Ethereum making new all-time highs, maybe in Q1, but if I had to say by the end of Q2, sometime in Q2, I think ETH will make new all-time highs. Definitely make new highs above December high, but then new all-time highs above 4,800 sometime in Q2, if I had to guess. But yeah, I think it's going to be a big year for Ethereum. I think it's inevitably going to go to $10,000. Does it happen in the next year or two? Who knows? But that's only 2x the all-time high. We saw Bitcoin rip from 60 all the way to 120. If everything, the ETFs and everything start flowing for Ethereum, there's no reason why that doesn't happen for ETH. So yeah, despite all the FUD and shit, I do think ETH is going to have a big year. And then Sol, same thing. I think Sol is going to continue to do well. Who knows? ETH or Sol, or Sol or ETH, who knows which one's going to outperform, but I think it's just good to have a bag of both. So yeah, I think Sol's going to have a big year as well. Rotes, can you, if there's any questions in the chat, I don't want to pull it up because it'll look like a fucking hall of mirrors. Is there any comments or questions?
Yeah.
Not really on the majors right now. They're mostly just meme coin stuff.
But yeah, if there's any meme coin related stuff, we'll hit that here in a second. But yeah, Sol, same kind of thing as ETH, in a nice corrective channel on the higher time frames since January on Sol, because it had that big run when the Trump coin came out. But yeah, same kind of thing as Sol. I do think in the next few weeks puts in that final bottom, and over the next few months goes above $300. So, and then, yeah, we'll just hit the usual real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on the majors. I know a lot of you guys are here for memes and AI stuff, but I think Bitcoin dominance is going to probably continue to the upside to around 65. And then eventually we will get some kind of bigger dip on Bitcoin dominance. But if you guys check Danksy, I don't know if that's you, but there's a lot of feedback on the mic. But
It's probably me.
uh, no worries. A lot of people, people talk about Bitcoin dominance, but if you look at the memes back in June through August or June through November, they did really well while Bitcoin dominance is going up. So it's not a necessity for Bitcoin dominance to go down for memes to do well, but I do think at some point it will come down. And then yeah, we'll hit a few more. Sui, I think is already kind of ripping a little bit today.
Sui is kind of like the first to rip this last like 2 days.
Yeah. I'd expect much of the same for Sui to rip back to all-time highs. I really do like how it's had this nice correction here. It's been mostly up only since August, so it's nice to see a little pullback. So yeah, I think Sui easily rips to new all-time highs. And then yeah, AVAX I think is going to do really well. OP, Optimism, ZK Sync, stuff like that, and then stuff like Chainlink. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on the majors, but to kind of conclude what I was saying, guys, I think in the next few weeks, the writing's on the wall. It's extremely obvious to me chart-wise that Bitcoin is finishing up this correction here, and that in the next few weeks we will send back to all-time highs.
Tanolis asks, when do you expect alt season to happen?
It's a great question. So alt season typically means where like everything, I assume this is what he means, like usually people refer to alt season, it means when everything's kind of sending at one time. And the last few years, kind of what we've seen, or the last year, has been Bitcoin and memes only. And that's mostly because I think obviously the ETFs, money's been flowing into there, and it's just kind of been the same money in memes that has been flowing around. Not a lot of normies that have entered yet. But at some point in the cycle, and I think it's coming up here soon, there is a time where normies and the general public starts to pour in. A lot more capital starts to come in at one time, which does send everything up at the same time. And I do think we're going to actually get that part of the cycle here finally, where older 2021 alts are sending while memes are sending, while AI is going up, stuff like that. So yeah, whoever answered that question, I do think if you're referring to like older alts and kind of everything running at the same time, I do think we probably get that sometime between now and the end of the year, probably sooner than later. But yeah, I do think memes and AI stuff, especially the memes, are gonna probably be where most of the capital flows. But I do think in the short term or in the near future, we will have a time where kind of everything goes crazy. I'm gonna get some water here real quick.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Typically, alt season has been around this point of the cycle. This cycle here feels like it's maybe a little bit different in the terms of how the timings run out. So it could be a little longer, and then you also have to factor in that memes are playing a much larger part of everything. So when it comes to the way liquidity is moving and cycling, when Bitcoin gets a little bit more boring, that's when you see alts and memes tend to rally, and that's where you would look for it. As for memes and the ones that are popping up here, Bren, looks like MLG is the most popular ask, SPX, Giga as well. When you get into it, Zero Bro, the usuals. But yeah, MLG is probably the one to hit up first.
Yeah, I'll pull that up right now. I wanted to stop sharing my screen so I could read some of the chat. Tanolis asks, are you more invested in typical alts or more heavily invested in memes? Yeah, so I answered this question last night on stream too. I think last time I calculated it, like my overall crypto portfolio, I think I have 20. I thought I saw Yoni here. I have 25% of my total crypto portfolio in maybe like 30% now in those higher conviction memes and a few AI coins too in that basket. Usually typically the coins between 100 100 million and a billion market cap right now that I think are going to go to the 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 billion plus market cap ranges. 20-25% of my portfolio is in that. And then a good chunk of my portfolio is in ETH, Sol, Bitcoin. I got some older alts, and then a large chunk of my portfolio is in a perp account that I have on a Bybit as well. But yeah, to answer your question, probably the largest chunk of my portfolio is in those higher conviction memes. Do I think market or Magic Eden goes back up eventually? Good question. We'll look at that. UB says, I think Sol is going to outperform ETH. It's possible, man. I'm kind of 50-50 on that.
Yeah, you want to pull up the charts again?
Yeah.
Look up like
Do that right now.
AVAX. I mean, all the alts are kind of getting crushed these last couple days. Besides like Sui, I think.
Yeah, I already went over AVAX a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on the on that stuff. I know a lot of people are here for the memes, but yeah, I do think AVAX, Sui, Bitcoin,
XRP.
everything goes back up of quality. Par Mob says, do you think meme coin super cycle could actually happen the way Murad describes it? Yes, and obviously, who knows exactly if each of the targets are hit, and maybe not every coin makes it. I do agree with the thesis though that Doge will not be the only one to hit 50 to 100 billion. We already saw Trump and Melania hit it for a second, and I do think there's going to be multiple coins, at least a few coins that surpass 50, and there's going to be a bunch above 10 billion. So yes, generally, I do think that meme coin super cycle thesis where there's a lot of those coins that go above 10 to 20 to 50 plus. Yeah, I do think that's going to happen, especially now this Trump thing kind of opened up a lot of people's minds, I think, to it. But what happened to Zero Bro? We'll go over that. Any word on Sui? Yeah, we just went over that a second ago. I think Sui's in a nice correction right now, and we'll continue up. So I want to start with Magic Eden, and then let's see, Magic Eden, and then MLG. Let's see. All right, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so let's just start with Zero Bro since it just came up on my screen. Crazy fall from grace here from Zero Bro. Very impulsive in nature. You guys hear me say a lot about corrections, how they have very little consolidation, and major tops like big reversals are kind of the opposite, right? They have a lot of consolidation. That's exactly what happened here. Zero Bro consolidated for essentially 6 weeks, whatever this was, broke below that, and super impulsive to the downside. Now, does that mean Zero Bro's dead? Nah, I don't think so. I think what's probably more likely to happen is Zero Bro will probably chop for, hopefully for, several days or weeks, make a bottom, and then continue to the upside. Does it go back to all-time highs? Maybe. I think there's a solid chance, only because the dev Jeffy has proven that he can, build partnerships, make the music, ship cool shit. And I wouldn't count any of the people out, like good operators, out like that. So for that reason, if I had to guess, does Zero Bro go back up? I would say like 60-40 that it probably does. Just based off of how I've seen these coins get just absolutely washed out during these corrective periods. And then, if they have any kind of community or any type of mind share, they go back up. So, usually that's what happens. So yeah, I think Zero Bro will probably have a comeback, but we'll see. It definitely does not look corrective.
Bren, do you think TA works on low cap memes?
So low cap memes, meaning the ones that came out like 5 minutes ago, no. But if there's certain principles like corrections, even that show up on the lower time frames, certain principles like consolidation, stuff like that I talk about that is applicable to all time frames. But to answer your question, if you mean that it came out like an hour ago and there's like 4 15-minute candles, there's not much you can do. If it's a low cap meme that's been around and consolidating for like a couple of weeks, I think there's some stuff you can look at.
Time and information, or time and history is information. So yeah, when you're looking at whatever the meme is, whatever the chart is, the more time you have, the more information you have, the more probabilistic decisions you can make on that. That's all TA is, right? It's probability. It's looking at patterns and history and saying, okay, this is likely to happen based on the past and based on, charts in general, right? So it could certainly happen, but time is your best friend.
Absolutely. So MLG is kind of in a crucial point here. Whoever asked about this. So remember we saw Zero Bro, how it consolidated for however that 6 weeks, and then it broke below that low of the consolidation, and then it just fell to fucking hell. I do think MLG is in this consolidation. I think more likely due to the overall. We're just gonna have a crazy bull run, and then MLG has a lot of mind share. I do think what's going to end up happening here is going to be a corrective consolidation, meaning it's probably going to come back down between here and 60 mil one more time and then just send back to the upside. With that being said, if it does break below 60 with like a few daily candle closes and it starts, really heading down, at that point you really have to be aware that it could be making a major reversal. Now, I don't think that's the most likely scenario at all. Again, I think it's going to end up being a corrective consolidation. But if you have a large position in MLG, it's definitely something you want to keep an eye on that low there. I'm going to show you a few more examples here of these consolidations that ended up being kind of the death, or not necessarily the death, but major reversals of coins. Again, if you're in Mumu, I'm not saying this shit's completely dead, but showing you an example, consolidation from August to November, three months here, and then just completely, fell out. And again, this consolidation, this distribution, whatever you want to call it, enabled for it to reverse from up, kind of not up only, but an upward move to a reversal to the downside. So same kind of thing with Zero Bro, Mumu. If you're in this, what I'd like to see is a couple weeks of consolidation, and then possibly send back to the upside. But just showing you an example here of why you really want to pay attention to consolidations. Again, doesn't mean that it's going to reverse here, but you want to keep an eye on that low. If I had to guess, I think MLG will probably reverse between here and that 50 and then probably send to, probably to $1 billion eventually, but, a couple $100 million at least. What were the other ones that people are asking about?
SPX, Giga. Let me see.
Perfect. I'll knock out these first easy ones. So, yeah, SPX and Giga are two of my top 3 meme bags. Again, it's just really even more so now. I just have so much conviction in coins like this, is because you see how in the last 2 weeks, really since everything started falling, SPX is down barely 50% right now from the very, very peak, while the rest of the market's down like 60, 70, 80, 90%. And that tells us one thing, that the SPX holders, the Giga holders, MOG holders, even though MOG came down a little bit more, SPX, Giga, MOG, ticker Bitcoin, stuff like that, they have diamond-handed holders, similar to, XRP, Doge, even GME holders, the type of thing where these people aren't holding for a quick 2 or 3x. They're holding for some bigger ideological, movement type, like, goal, right? For the GME people, it was like they were trying to take down the fucking hedge funds or whatever, blow out the shorts or whatever. SPX, like, flip the stock market, whatever. Like, even you want to think that's a complete joke. It's just a higher mimetic, like, ceiling type of thing where people are holding because they really believe in it, stuff type of stuff. Where some of these AI coins that are a couple months old, it's the first thing people are selling because they're really after, just gains or whatever. So my whole point is SPX, Giga, stuff like that, I think are amazing buys. And when buy pressure for crypto does start to go back up in general, conditions start to improve. Coins like SPX are not going to go back to 1.5. I think they're going to go to 2, 3, 5 billion very quickly, because right now sell pressure or buy pressure is just non-existent, but these things are still holding up. When buy pressure starts to turn back on, these things are going to go fucking crazy. So, yeah, I think SPX is going to go easily to the, this is the wormhole, huh? I think it's easily going to go back to 5 billion is very conservative, I think, for SPX. I think my base case is 10 billion, but I do think it has someone asked about Murad earlier. I think it's very likely. I think if we do get 6 months to a year of this, like, meme coin stuff, which I think we're setting up for, I do think SPX could go to 20, 30, 50 billion, something like that, and get back to where SHIB and stuff was. But either way, 10 billion I think is a nice target. I opened it up another wormhole one. It's crazy though, on a deck screener, it shows all the wormhole ones before it shows the actual.
What's wormhole?
It's like you can essentially buy an ETH coin on Sol or a
Oh,
Sol
that's cool.
coin on Base. Yeah, so it's like you don't have to bridge over. You can just hold it on the
Very cool. That's very
chain.
nice, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. There's too many SPXs, but yeah, I think it still shows a correct market cap, which is cool. So yeah, I think SPX goes to 235 billion. Giga, same kind of thing. Similar ceiling, as well as it's held up really nicely, down barely 50%. I've been adding to SPX, Giga, Mog. I think Mog's probably the biggest no-brainer one right now, just because it's down 70%, with Mog just being like probably the most universally loved coin, meme coin out there. But yeah, Giga, beautiful corrective channel. I'm gonna add some more to Giga today. Same kind of thing, super diamond handed. You know, people have been through this before. You got to understand, like Giga, SPX, these coins have been through multiple 90% crashes before. So yeah, I think this is going to go back up here soon as well. Giga, same kind of thing. I think it goes pretty quickly to 5 billion, 3 to 5 million. And then a few more. Ticker Bitcoin looks really nice right now. Why is it erasing my shit? See, more wormholes, bro. Crazy. I guess I could just go to the ETH section, but let's see. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the fact that Ticker Bitcoin's at 100 million right now, unless you think this is the top of the meme coin market, which very, very unlikely with where the majors are at and everything. I think Ticker Bitcoin is just in an amazing place. Beautiful corrective channel as well on the higher time frames. And despite this looking such like a major move, it's 60%. That's kind of on the mid to lower end of how most meme coins are down right now. So yeah, I think this looks great. I'd like to see a bit more consolidation, maybe for a week or so, and I think Ticker Bitcoin's going back to all time highs. Real quickly, I know it maybe look AVAX unmatched. Do you think TA work? Oh, okay, somebody asked that.
SNAI.
SNAI, perfect. SNAI. Yeah, so SNAI looks pretty corrective. I actually do like the chart, and it's actually kind of breaking out of the corrective channel it's in now. Yeah, this looks really impulsive. If it can close with a daily candle close above 62 here, which is the last bounce high, at that point, usually it's like 80-90% chance that it's going to go back to all-time highs. But at this point, it looks very good, unless if it just reverses off on a dime here. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's very likely bottomed out here and probably goes back to all-time highs. So this is one of the few AI coins that have already started to kind of go crazy. Alpha. Is this the one they're talking about? Holy shit.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wow.
It just moved.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. Somebody could look at the
market's
wallets.
stopping
put it on
too.
the
Like,
list earlier.
if you pull up Bitcoin right now, it's like
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking for Bitcoin like in this box. That's kind of where I'd look for it to probably bottom out, the final bottom. But yeah, that makes sense. Why are we nuking? I don't know, man. I don't think anything came out. I think it's mostly just people
Typical
dumping after that,
flushes.
after the press conference. Yeah, I think it's probably the last one though. SEC, yeah, I don't see anything new coming out. But yeah, alpha dumping. I don't know what's going on here. Typically, when something's impulsive like this, you want to stay away. Especially, yeah, that's like a 60% drop in a couple hours. Yeah, doesn't look great. I don't know. You probably look at the wallets. There's probably some rugging or like insider dumping or something to cause such a big dump so quickly. But yeah, I hope you didn't lose too much money on this. If value itself is just a consensus illusion, does crypto create more trustless reality or just a new layer of illusion? Wow. That's fucking
dude,
profound.
we got a philosopher in the house.
Wow. I do think, again, I'm not an expert on philosophy or tech or finance, right? But I think my experience from crypto that I think it does create a new system where it does create more freedom for people holding digital assets in general. Obviously, it does create a lot of the same systems, the same hierarchies and stuff in the traditional finance. But I do think overall, Para, that crypto and Ethereum and stuff does cut out the middleman. And owning digital assets in video games, for example, I think is advantageous to the gamer. Stuff like that, I do think it creates a new world of, that we didn't have before. But obviously, there's some different things that are different hierarchies and stuff that are recreated. It's not a perfect world, right? But yeah, that's a crazy question. That was good.
That was a crazy thought. I just questioned my whole life existence at that point.
Did you hear about Bitcoin L2 on Bitcoin? There's been a few L2s and a few side chains over the years. Obviously, Lightning and stuff. So I don't know which one you're talking about, but thanks, Hector. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to single mom, no kids, Baker 2G.
Check out Lux.
Lux. Yeah, no, that's nasty work right here. Holy fuck, Alpha. Lux token. Yeah, so this is a pretty crazy correction here. Let's go ahead and go to the log chart. So I really would like to see how it reacts at this low here. Best case scenario, it's just forming a big corrective consolidation, kind of like how I was showing you on the other ones. Usually corrective consolidations are on top, but the fact that it came down and then is forming a consolidation is a little tricky, a little weird. But this is your best case scenario here. If it does break below 11 million, it could continue to fall and form a deeper correction. At that point, it came down 36 to 12 here. You're probably looking maybe 10 million. That's where you want to look at for hopefully the next low if it does break below there. But you're kind of just hoping that it's forming just a big consolidation before it heads up. So that's what I'd be watching for. I don't know anything about this coin, and I hope this is the right Lux. I assume it is.
We got one from TikTok.
Let's go.
Engineer Adam asked, "Why is the market so much down?"
Yeah. Engineer Adam, I appreciate you watching from TikTok. Definitely check us out on Twitter and everything as well if you're on there. But that's a great question. So I would start out by saying markets, ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, everything, especially meme coins, everything corrects, right? A lot of stuff, there's certain triggers and stuff that kind of start the corrections. The last few weeks, a lot of stuff's kind of happened. You got to understand Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, stuff like that's actually been correcting since November. Since January. This is, Bitcoin. Technically, it's been correcting since December. It came back and retested this high. So Bitcoin's kind of been chopping sideways and kind of not doing much for about 2 or 3 months now. But the last few weeks, what's caused this kind of downside is, one, there was a lot of euphoria around the whole Trump meme coin, which I'm sure you heard about, which created kind of a euphoric high in the market, which then caused a lot of stuff to come down. And then Trump released some tariffs, the tariffs things with Canada and Mexico, which created a lot of volatility. And then the stuff with China today. But with that all being said, I think none of that stuff that I just mentioned is anything detrimental to crypto. And it's really just kind of Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol, like we went over here, are kind of just finishing up their corrections on the charts. And in the next few weeks, I don't know if you can see my screen, Adam, but this kind of corrective channel I have here where it's kind of just like coiling up here. You think of this as like a coil of a spring before it bounces back to the upside. I think we're kind of finishing up this coil, these corrective channels, I like to call them. I think Bitcoin probably comes back down to this box into between here and like the low 90s, maybe 90, and then finishes up that correction and goes up. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I think the Trump meme coin, the tariffs, a lot of stuff that Trump's been doing has, created a lot of volatility, but I think it's really just coiling up for a lot of positive stuff and a lot of positive price appreciation for crypto this year. So great question though, Adam. I appreciate you asking that, man.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of love on on TikTok right now. So make sure to follow us. Make sure to ask more questions, and we can always push you up on stream and
With that,
discuss.
let's actually do a little bit of a reset real quick for the room. If you guys are popped in here recently, or whenever you did, if you guys can, we have 700 people on here. Do you mind? Is there any way we can unpin that one from? Oh, we got my boy Max here. I can't even pronounce his name ever. Demogramonics. My boy Max here. Definitely everybody give him a follow. This is the gentleman I was talking about earlier who knows so much about traditional finance. He was on our stream in the VC earlier, and people were just loving what the knowledge he was sharing. We definitely need to have him on here on Friday. But
I
I'm
pinned
glad
his
you.
comment without even knowing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you doing that. He says markets are destined to make sure the train leaves the station as empty as possible right before the major runs upward. Yeah, that's what these corrections tend to do. They wash out people in all directions before they send up usually. But I think I forgot what I was saying. I wanted to finish my thought. Either way, let's go ahead and get back to your guys' chart request. That's why we're here.
We got
Scarf.
XRP, Scarf. We got a lot. Sigma.
The reset. Real quickly.
Oh
Yeah. So if you guys came in here, wherever you're at, TikTok, Twitter, I don't know if we're even on Twitch, wherever the hell we are. Go ahead and if you can go ahead and share the stream, retweet, comment, so we can get this out to more people. Again, we've been doing this stream for 6 or 7 months. We do it twice a week. We love doing this. And if you enjoy this content, again, if you could just share the stream, retweet everything for us. My name is Bren. I just got my Twitter back here recently, about 3 weeks ago. It's been great to be back. So go ahead and shoot me a follow, as well as everybody on the panel. Usually we have 2 more co-hosts here with us, my boy Yoni, and then for Loco, who's also tagged in the stream as well. Go ahead and give them a follow. I spend a lot of my time when I'm not on Twitter and trading and stuff in the Telegram that I've been building with my partner Bossman, obviously, for about a year now. I do a lot of live streams like this in there, all my in-depth write-ups and analysis, all my thoughts, giveaways, a lot of cool stuff in there. So if you're not in there, go ahead and check that out. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to these guys in a second, but definitely check out everything they're doing at Bridge 3 Labs, which is the account we're doing this on right now on Twitter, and I believe on TikTok. Super smart people, love these guys and what they're doing, and I'll let them break down a little bit more in depth than what they got going on.
Yeah, thanks, Brent. So the hours we do the streams, Tuesday it's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, and then Fridays it's 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And Rotes and I and Furloco all come from Bridgely Labs. We've been streaming with Bren now for what, 6-7 months. Been trying to build out the streams and the media side of our crypto Twitter and our platforms, but Bridgely Labs is 1,000 PFP collection, mostly investors, entrepreneurs, builders in Web3. We mainly just talk about how to allocate capital, where we find the most alpha, and then just general trading, right? Trading equities, trading crypto, trading meme coins, NFTs, and trying to give each other the best alpha and the best entry possible in these trades. So we do a lot of our discussion is on Discord. We do have a Telegram, but Discord and Twitter is kind of where we hang out. So make sure to reach out to us if you're looking to join a very like-minded community of investors.
Hell yeah. Rotes, anything you want to say or anything you want to plug, brother?
No, thanks, you nailed it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely follow all of these guys on here. We need to get Rotes tweeting more. He has a lot of great insight. Both of these guys, very smart dudes. So definitely check out what they're doing with Bridge 3 Labs and their personal accounts as well. I want to hit the chat real quick. That's why I stopped sharing my screen. What do you think about Buckcoin, the next Bitcoin? I think Buckcoin actually looks pretty good. We'll go over that. Crypto Envy, Bitcoin meme coin is making an L2 on Bitcoin chain. Okay, so that's actually on Barra chain, which is a new EVM chain about to launch. They actually just, I think they're about to launch here in a few weeks. So yeah, Bitcoin, they're having a meme coin chain on Barra chain that I guess ticker Bitcoin is the gas token of. So I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but I think that's what Crypto Envy is referring to.
Yeah, you want to pull up ticker Bitcoin?
Yeah. I did a second ago, but I'll pull that up here in just a second. Paramob, before I do that, says if blockchains promise to eliminate intermediaries, Why are we still relying on humans to create and enforce trust? Well, I mean, dude, we're not in a fully AI world yet, right? We're not. The machines aren't going to build this. I think it's just more. It's not a fully decentralized world yet, or maybe it never will be, but it's just more decentralized, right? It's about probabilities and net positive. I think it's net decentralized about net positive for decentralization. Obviously, we're not going to rely completely on machines, at least not yet. I don't know if we even want to, but I think again, Ethereum, all this stuff kind of makes the world more decentralized and it's net positive overall. I think. Dan Brennan and Max Crypto don't ever sleep. No, I got some decent sleep, 6 or 7 hours. Actually, pretty good for the last. How have you guys been sleeping? Have you guys been sleeping good? Have you been
Yeah, I
losing
haven't
sleep?
been trading shit, so
Okay.
I've been. Let me pull up this actually. Oh, we don't have it. Let me pull up this.
This is gonna be your sleep chart or something for the last.
No, no, no. I just figured this out yesterday.
He's putting up
While
a heat map. So when you want to pull down your screen, just toss
okay,
the heat map up instead.
There's something people can watch.
okay, right on.
My
I
sleep's
want
good.
to go.
Sad though.
I'm a good sleeper.
Yeah, I'm a
Hell yeah.
pretty chill sleeper. Also, because I'm not trading like shit coins all day.
Yeah. Tenoli says, "Do you think we get the usual big dips that occur during the summer months?" I don't know. I would think after this kind of pullback, especially if it happens into February, I wouldn't expect a big pullback in the summer. But obviously, it could happen. Man, I'd be having these conversations with my teacher. That's insane, dog. That's a good question, Paramup. Um, yeah, no, Crypto Envy. Just look up Barachain. It's just a different chain. But yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the charts window. Somebody asked about Scarf. This looks really good. I really like how it consolidated for a few days after it came down. Obviously, the entry was probably here or here, but yeah, take profits on the way up, and this probably keeps going. Pretty crazy to see a dog whip hat derivative going to new all-time highs right now in February of 2025. But nice. We got 877 people on here. Love to see that.
We got
Scarf
300 on TikTok. So
300.
yeah,
Holy shit! Shout out to everybody on TikTok again. Go ahead and check us out on Twitter. I don't know if you guys are on there, and if you're brand new to crypto or you're newer to it, I suggest getting on Twitter in general, just because there's just a lot of especially brand new information like when news hits in crypto, which crypto's very dynamic. There's a lot of shit going on. Twitter is the best place for information, and you get a lot of people giving out, like myself and other people giving out a lot of information for free. So go ahead and shoot me a follow if you're brand new. Shoot me a DM. Tell me you're from TikTok, and I'll shoot you some good names to follow. Obviously, these guys are on here are some great people to follow as well. But yeah, shout out to you guys. 300 people on TikTok's amazing.
Lebrev asked about whiff sphere. I don't know what that means. Lebrev, what do you
Oh,
what do you
the
mean
Whiff
about that?
Sphere. He asked that on
What's that?
TikTok or no?
Yeah, what's that? I don't even know what that is.
So yeah, that's a great
Oh,
question. So
yeah.
yeah, so they were supposed to get Whiff on the Sphere, in Vegas.
And some
Oh,
going down.
And they had money on chain, right? for a minute, right? Everybody could see it. It was like 400K, and they kept, kind of, blowing people off about it, not really kind of alluding. And then all of a sudden, like a couple weeks ago, they're like, okay, it's gonna happen, where it's finally gonna happen because there's a lot of pushback. Well, first, what happened is they started noticing there was some transactions on chain. Somebody was trading shit coins,
with the
like
whiff sphere money.
yeah, with the Wifsphere money, one transaction went through, but they noticed a bunch of transactions that didn't go through, just on some like shitcoin trading. So
Uh-huh.
they're like, "What the fuck?" And then all of a sudden, they came out and said, "Okay, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have it on the Sphere now. Like it's whatever." And then all of a sudden, the Sphere comes out and says, "No, that's not happening. We're not allowing any meme coins on there. Only Bitcoin and exchanges." So now there's a lot of controversy. Are they going to give the money back? Have they lost control of it? Whatever. If I had to guess, they're
That's
probably just going to
crazy.
get the money back. But yeah,
He said Lebrev says it's 600K in there.
okay, 600K. Yeah. Insane. Yeah, I mean, I assume they're just going to give the money back. 600K for somebody like Ansem and other people involved. I don't think they're going to ruin their career over that amount of money. But who knows? We'll probably give it back if I had to guess. I don't know why they haven't already though.
Because they're trading with it for sure.
I don't know. Paramob says, I don't know if you already said this, but what targets for SPX and Giga? Yeah, so my base case, wow, Bitcoin's coming down hard.
Yeah, I've
My
been
base
watching the
case,
1 minute chart. It's fucked.
the 1 second chart's probably going nuts right now. The pretty crazy people look at the 1 fucking second. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's go to the 1 tick
You
chart.
have the 1 tick.
No, yeah, I think
Oh,
you
you don't
have
have
to.
the expert, bro. You're such a
I did.
pro.
I did. I think I
You don't have the
forgot
second
to
one,
do
second
that.
one. I thought you
Holy
paid for. I thought you paid for TradingView.
I did. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Bro,
I guess I have to
scam.
change my card or something. Yeah, that's weird. It didn't go through.
No, I have the. You can get the 1 minute one for free. I have it on.
Oh, 1 minute. Yeah, I'm on 5 minute. But yeah, I think we're probably gonna come down in here. It's crazy. He asked about I was about to answer a question. No. Oh, SPX and Giga. So yeah, my base case SPX and Giga. I think base case 10 bill. I think they're gonna reach 10 bill like a lot of these coins are. And then I think the higher ceilings are the 10, 20, 50. And if any coins are going to reach like 100 billion, 50 to 100, I think SPX, Giga, Mog could get their Pepe, obviously. So yeah, I think base case for me is 10 billion for both of these. Very likely, probably going to go way higher than that. But yeah, again, just due to these dynamics, the diamond handedness, all that different shit. Yeah, we'll look at Vine. Reject modernity, the other alpha. Yeah, I'll look at that. Vine.
Yeah, the 1 second is like on a, it's a plan above just the first plan. So
Gotcha. That's probably
yeah,
why.
you would see ads on your TradingView otherwise.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So Vine, it's tough, man. It could go 50-50. I think we called this in the channel, and I think we talked about this last stream. I got in on this correction here pretty heavily, and then took profits like 80% of it right here. I still have 20% of my bag. If I had to guess, it's about 50-50, man. It could go either way. I don't know what other catalysts are going to push this up. I don't know if the guy Russ or whatever has still has plans for it, whatever. I'd like to see some consolidation on it, and then it could go either way. Really, I think what's it down 75%. I really don't have any strong thoughts on this either way. I think it could go either way. I still have a bag of it, 20-30% of my position, but I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion on it either way. What do you guys think about this? Any thoughts?
No, I'm not in Vine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's correcting. So who knows?
Here's the question: where does something like this go? Right? Like, I mean, there's no meme behind it. They're trying to relaunch Vine. Like, I mean, that's the element of like this or some of the other like the Enron and things like that. I mean, Enron's more of a meme than Vine, but where do those kind of things go? And if there's no mimetic behind it, or strong operator, like the thing about AI and AI agents is they can perpetuate a conversation, and so you have to look at the new meme and whether or not it's strong enough. When Portnoy drops a coin, does he have enough drive behind it to push it kind of
I
thing?
think he will. That's a great point. I think with the Portnoy point, it does look like he is getting pretty serious with crypto, and I do respect that he's at least is it genuine? Whatever it does, it looks like he is trying to and he has been in crypto for years. It's not like he
And
just
he's,
popped up yesterday. I think he
and
might
he's
actually.
constantly streaming and communicating too, right? So like at least he's
Yeah.
driving.
Go ahead.
No, I was just that was the end of it.
Oh yeah, no worries. No, I 100% I agree, and I think he has real world businesses and like a real world name to attach the coin to. Where if he wanted to, there's a bunch of shit he can do with it, and I hope he does do it the right way, and I think he will. I'm really bullish on that. It's probably going to be a nice cook.
He needs to drop a pizza coin.
Yeah, no, I think that's what everybody thought.
Portnoy and pizza coin. Yeah, or just pizza itself, and then he can give away pizza coins to the pizza places as he gives them ratings.
For sure, stuff like that, definitely they could do, and I think that's kind of what this stuff is leading towards. On the Vine point, Vine's a little tricky. Obviously, they actually are relaunching Vine through Twitter. The thing is, I don't really understand to this day what the guy Russ's connection with Vine. I know he sold the IP to Twitter back in the day. I don't know if they're bringing him on as a consultant, if he still has ownership. I don't know what his deal with it is with it. He obviously was in the know because he dropped the coin right before Elon started tweeting about it and all that stuff. I don't know what his connection with it. If there's any chance that the coin is implemented into the app, which I kind of doubt because it's a Twitter thing. So yeah, it's a lot of up in the air. There's a possibility that he has some more shit up his sleeve, but I really don't have a strong opinion on either way. Vine, yeah. Sigma, look at Sigma. Hood, yes, look at that. Diamonds in B3O. Yeah, what's up, Hypno? Hypno Halo.
Hypno Halo's an OG beast.
Yo, Hypno.
Hell yeah. Hood's another one where we kind of were talking about here. Wow. Rotes, where it's just kind of a meme, nostalgic meme, whatever. There's not like it's a little bit different. It is pushing up. There's a lot of bigger names talking about it. If I had to guess, I think it's probably going to continue to push back past all-time highs. Pretty impressive to see this moving up despite the whole market taking a shit. So, yeah, if I had to guess just based on the chart, I think it is going to go up. I do still have a bag of this. And yeah, if I had to guess, again, you want to see it break this all-time high. If it fails to break, it's always possible it comes back down one more time. But I think there's something to say about this coin that it's still even pumping with Bitcoin coming down really hard right now.
Yeah, Bitcoin is still going down.
Yeah. Again, unless it somehow just throws a fat 20% candle through 90K, which I don't think is going to happen after this corrective chop. I'm looking for, again, 91, 92, between here and 90 to be that bottom for Bitcoin. Can we check shift on Sol? Yeah. Shift AI, I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. So yeah, this one doesn't look great because it did have a lot of consolidation here for 10 or 12 days before coming down. Again, if you're looking for whether something's going to be a big reversal, start to look for consolidation. If it's holding a high and a low for like a week, draw this box that you have here. Draw a line across the bottom of the low, and if it breaks below that low with big red candles, it's very likely that it's going to be a major reversal here. And again, the biggest trigger and the biggest key or the biggest giveaway, whatever you want to call it, is that consolidation. So again, you can start looking at this shit yourself. I just showed you Moo, whatever the other ones I just showed you, where the consolidation for multiple weeks resulted in a big reversal to the downside. So yeah, I think we're, what I'd like to see, I do like how it came up here. Not a lot of consolidation. If it's able to close, let's say above 2, very good chance at that point it's just going to continue ripping. But it could come back down to 371 as well. Pretty low market cap, pretty risky, but I do hope this goes up. I think we already looked at Scarf, bro. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did talk about it. That was the WIF derivative. Yeah, no, this looks really good. Just like the other one we were just looking at. It's probably very likely just going to continue to rip, man. Take profits on the way up, though, here. I always like to take 10% to 25% off at the all-time high. Lady Per coins. No, you're good. Yeah, we're gonna do some. I want to do some NFT stuff here in a little bit. I know not a lot of stuff's going on, but we do still want to check out some stuff on that end. But yeah, I think Giga, SPX, MOG, ticker Bitcoin, FWOG, which I'll look at FWOG too. Nasty correction on FWOG. I really am pretty shocked it got all the way down to 50. But again, these things do correct. I don't think we really talked about this, but maybe if you didn't see my tweet or you're new to these streams, what's going on right now? A lot of people throw around the term rotation cycle, we're there you can't hold anything. We're in a rotation cycle. There's no point in holding. You should just be rotating. While obviously there's true that there's rotations, I don't think that I wouldn't call this a rotation cycle. In fact, this is very common in all of these bull runs of the past. This is my third bull run. I've been around in crypto since 2016. So 2017, 2020, and then now 2022 till now. Every one of these bull runs, there's when Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol come down 10 to 30%, which they do 4 to 5 times, 3 to 5 times a bull run. During that time, the alts and memes, they come down 50 to 90. It's just the reality, just the way it works. It's not a rotation cycle. It's just how crypto works. Is when the majors correct, which they will, the memes correct way more, twice as much or more. And the people, it's always been this way. The people who buy the good coins, the SPX Giga Mog, Ticker Bitcoin, the Fart coins, the AIXBT, the GOAT, the Schizo, these good quality kind of proven coins in these corrections. The people that buy those are usually the people and take profits on the way up. Those are the people that win, from my experience, right? So yeah, I mean, it's super. There's a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty. It's really hard. Obviously, if your bags are already down 80%, like it's hard to think, oh, why would I buy any of these coins right now? But I'm telling you, you don't even have to buy them. But I'm telling you, if you're in quality coins, a lot of the ones I named here, very, very good chance that just like all these other bull runs, when the majors bottom out, that these coins will go back up. But this time around, you just got to take profits more aggressively. Make sure that you're in good stuff so that you're not caught holding the bag during times like this. So, let's see. FWOG, yeah, nasty correction. I do think same kind of thing, that as long as the whole market just doesn't collapse here, as far as like the majors, which I think is very unlikely, I think FWOG is going to bottom out here pretty soon. I'd like to see a little bit of consolidation, and then I think it goes back to all-time highs, honestly. Never ideal to see a 85-90% correction, but it is what it is. I don't see anything else in the chat. We're at 1,000 viewers. Love to see that at an hour in. Is anything else on TikTok we're missing? Thanks. Anybody asking anything?
No, not yet.
Perfect.
Just
So
watching the horror happening to Bitcoin.
yeah, again, I think I don't even think we're going to make a new low here. Very unlikely. I think we're just going to retest this low here, form a nice double bottom, and then send. Again, the only thing I'd be worried about is somehow, again, I've never seen anything in my life happen where it's this nice corrective channel with these chops and it's in this channel, and then all of a sudden the third low just ends up being a death candle through that. It just doesn't happen. I've seen that happen on rug pulls for like meme coins, like where literally like the dev just rugs the whole coin, which destroys any technical analysis. But I don't think Satoshi's going to come back and rug Bitcoin, so I think we're good. But yeah, no, I think we're going to come into this box in reverse. Could go a little bit lower, give or take. I should probably move it a little bit more. Like
Matrix asked, "Are we going down? Is it over?" And then Tien asked about Harambe. Harambe is actually, we talked about it on Monday. That's super low.
Yeah, for sure. So to answer the first question by whoever the first person was, no, I do not think it's over. Again, there's so many positive catalysts for crypto. Right now, what we're seeing is just a traditional correction that happens multiple times during these cycles. These bull runs, like I said here on this tweet, during these cycles, the majors, Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol, they correct 10 to 30 to sometimes 40%. And during that time, the smaller coins, the alts and the meme coins, they correct way harder. Now, when these corrections on the majors are over, the good coins that survived usually go up and go on to new all-time highs. Now, that's not going to be everything, but the good stuff will. And I think what we're going to see here, and because of Trump and because of all this positive spotlight that's on crypto right now, I think what's going to end up happening is millions of people are going to end up pouring into crypto between now and the second half of the year. That's going to cause a big influx into specifically meme coins mostly. So to answer your question, no, I think it's far from over. And if anything, now is a great opportunity to definitely hold what you have, the good stuff. But if you have dry powder, to add to some good bags. And then somebody asked about Harambe, right?
Yeah. Matrix said, "Thanks, man. Good point. I think you got him to be bullish again." So, easy.
Hell yeah, Matrix. Appreciate you, bro. So Harambe, pretty nasty move down. Technically, it is kind of a break of that consolidation low that I was telling you guys about, which is not usually a great sign. but it has bounced back halfway. I think what's likely to happen to Harambe here is really it topped out when the entire market topped out, happened to be right at that all time high. And then it's just gone down 90%, like a good amount of stuff has. I think what we want to see here and what's very likely to happen is it probably chops for a few weeks, maybe around here, maybe a bit lower. And then the trigger and the kind of the confirmation is if we close back above 13 mil. I think what's very likely to happen is something like this. I don't think Harambe is going to die here. Again, just Harambe and a meme coin super cycle, or just a strong meme coin cycle in general. I just don't see it dying. So I think that's going to be the really confirmation where we can really say like we're so fucking back with Harambe. But until then, I'd like to see some consolidation. Usually, if it was anything else, I would say, okay, this doesn't look great. But just based on the time in the game, the other stuff, the fact that it's still kind of rebounding right now, I do think it's going to end up going up eventually. I'm reading in the comments too on the actual post. Dudes, any tips on trading under 1 million shitters on BullX? So yeah, I think when you're doing 1 million shitters, it's definitely, I know a lot of people who do well in that stuff. It's definitely just a different game, and it's more. It takes a lot more luck and timing. So I personally don't do it. So I probably wouldn't be the best person to tell you. But I think really just taking profits aggressively when you have them on the lower cap stuff. Even if it seems like everybody's hyped up on the coin, I think that's really where you're gonna set yourself apart. A lot of people round trip shit, man. That's just the reality.
You guys look at MACD on Bitcoin, weekly MACD. You guys ever use that indicator? Matrix asked us to look at it.
Yeah, great question. I don't usually use really any indicators. I used to use the TDI, which is a little bit different. MACD, no, I don't really use it. I think it can be more good confirmation or a good confluence with other stuff. But no, to answer your question, I don't really look at MACD or really any indicators.
You want to look at, what did someone say? I forgot already. You look at Trump coin. Trump coin's at
Yes, thank you.
$16 right now.
How the fuck could I forget? So yeah, Trump. I think again, most of this move down on Trump is just more of a reflection of the overall market coming down. I think what's way more likely to happen is once these majors bottom out with everything else, with all the positive stuff that's happening with Trump, how they just tweeted on True Social, how he talked about at that press conference, how the Trumps are obviously the Trump family, who was behind Trump Coin, is still talking about Eric Trump's tweets and all that. I think what's way more likely to happen with their unlocks still like a month, 2 months out, is that when the crypto market bottoms out, that they're going to continue to support this. And I think it's very unlikely that they're going to actually start to sell all that 80%. And I think there's more likely to happen is they're going to do more symbolic stuff, and do burns and different stuff like that, to support it, make it more of a long-term thing as the crypto market heats up. So either way, even if what I just said doesn't play out, I think Trump does bottom out once the whole market kind of bottoms out. It's obviously not fun to eat a 80% downside, but again, I think everything's down there. And once the majors bottom out in the next few weeks, I think we're going to see a quick rebound from Trump as well. So as I saw this kind of consolidation happen, I took about 60% of my position that I had way down here at 3 billion. And I'm starting to slowly add some of it back here. So, yeah.
Matrix is back. He asked about when do you think Bitcoin will begin making new highs by the end of February?
Yeah. So, just based on the way
Timing-wise.
it's looking, what'd you say?
Just general timing stuff.
Yeah, I think by the end of February we'll probably be sitting near all-time highs, if I had to guess. But yeah, I think that March bet on Polymarket, by the end of March, Bitcoin hitting 100, 110, I think that's a very high probability. And the 60% is pretty crazy. I understand why, because of the uncertainty, whatever. But I think looking at the charts, to answer your question, I think by the end of February, probably, but definitely sometime by the end of sometime in March. I think by this time next month, we're probably at all-time highs.
Bitcoin just got a little bit of run up, 97K now.
Yeah. Again, a little bit of whatever from here. But yeah, I think between here and 90, I'd look to for it to bottom out. Hood is playing with my emotions. Let's see. Is Hood dumping out at the high? No.
Did you
Oh
sell
no.
Cardano? Someone asked. Working
So
for a
yeah,
living on TikTok asked, "Did you sell Cardano?"
working for a living. Their name is.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
soon.
Oh
Just join us in the trenches. We'll recruit. We're recruiting privates
hell
for the
yeah,
trench warfare.
love that. No, so I am proud to say I've never owned Cardano. No, I'm just playing. I've never owned Cardano though. With that being said, though, I do think a lot of the coins that I'm in, SPX, Giga, Mog, ticker Bitcoin, the reason I'm so bullish on them is because they have a lot of the same fucking cult like aspects that Cardano has and had and still has. So while I don't own any Cardano, if you do own some, I think Cardano is going to have a big year this year. Again, because of the money that's going to come into crypto is going to be a lot of these normie characters that like Cardano in the past and are more drawn to Cardano. So I think once this correction's over, wow, that's not actually does not look great for Cardano, but just overall. But I think this is going to end up acting as a correction here with the second low of this correction. So yeah, I think Cardano I would not be selling here. Work for a living personally. I think it's going to have a big year. Panda asked another question. What do you guys think? Prefer more swing trading or holding? Seems like everything goes to all-time highs and down 50, 80%, then all-time highs again. Yeah, no, I think that's why the best solution, Panda, is always you want to be taking partial profits on the way up. I have a video on that in the Telegram if you look it up, but it's want to be taking partial profits on the way up. That way, if it does do those swings you're talking about, you're already locking in some gains and not round tripping. What do you think about Ton? I think Ton. Yeah, I think Ton is going to go back up with everything else. It's pulled back a lot, but I do think,
This is actually a very good entry for Ton.
yeah, I agree.
You're getting at what, like March prices? Pretty
It's
solid.
pretty gnarly consolidations these are breaking. But yeah, no, I agree. I think it probably is a really good entry here.
Oh, you got the OKX one. The OK one's so much better than this one.
Yeah, it probably has some more history. I do want to hit some NFT stuff with my boy Rotes here in a second. I don't see anything else. Yeah, I think Hood's going to go up. I think everything. Again, if you have some dry powder, or you're just looking, if you're in some good coins, the ones we're talking about, some of the better AI stuff that's not completely rugged. I think the name of the game right now is just hold the good stuff, wait for Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol to bottom out here soon, and I think we'll get back to the good times. But let's just go ahead and hit some NFT stuff. I don't know how much stuff's gone on this week, Rhodes, but you want to go? Are you able to share your screen, or do you want me to pull it up?
You can.
Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and pull up Magic Eden real quick.
Should we buy an Azuki?
Yeah, I think the NFT industry. I want to hear what Rhodes has to say, but I think the NFT industry is just wide open right now, especially on Ethereum. To have Pudgies all the way back down to 10, Azuki under 3 ETH, whatever Milady, not even Milady, like Apes at fucking 12. CryptoPunk's really the only thing holding. I don't know. I think we're kind of. I think the NFT industry is wide open. I think we are going to have an NFT bull run this year, but we might be waiting on some kind of singular catalyst, whether it be a big game or some kind of stuff coming out of BlackRock from NFT technology, something. I think we're kind of waiting on that singular catalyst. What do you think, Rhodes?
Yeah, I kind of question that some of the sell-off is due to the uncertainty around Ethereum and its strength and where it's at, and just general a little more fun than normal, causing a bit of I think oversell when it comes to the NFT market. We've seen a bit of a bounce the last couple of days, so there's a bit of opportunity there, but generally speaking, yeah, I don't think anything really adjusts big time until we see some form of catalyst. You've seen that catalyst with airdrops, and that really rallied through November and into December. Since then, we haven't had much of a catalyst, and then it's held back. So you're going to look for that catalyst to see another big movement on there. It could be simply as one of the NFT projects showing some some success with some activations, et cetera, and that's enough to drive the market. But right now, you're probably going to see continue value in the NFT space until otherwise shown.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I don't know if it'll be. I think just what we've seen from everything, I think it's more likely that it's like a singular catalyst around NFT technology itself. Maybe GTA 6 comes out in the spring and somehow has some NFT stuff. Something I think is going to ignite the entire industry. We were hoping it was probably the stuff with the apes from before at the beginning a couple of months ago that we could have sustained this momentum. But yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with overall crypto strength too. I think when crypto's kind of pumping and going up and everything conditions are good and everybody's optimistic, I think it's really going to set the stage for NFTs. But yeah, I think really I think the NFT, like all I can really just keep repeating. I think the industry is wide open. I personally just would bet in the NFT industry just on proven operators, people that have proven themselves, like Luca Nets, um, like Gary Vee. There's really not too many people in general. And I just think the industry is wide open. I keep saying that, but yeah, I don't know. I would like to see some type of catalyst soon, but I think inevitably we will have some type of NFT bull. And for me, I've just still been focusing on the VeeFriends. I've now went a little crazy lately just because I've been in the Discord and they're really hinting at a full unveil of Web3 stuff coming, probably with a coin and a lot of cool stuff. And I don't know, maybe VeeFriends is the stuff that kind of ignites different stuff. I know that sounds outlandish to some people, but again, Gary's influence on the NFT industry and just in general, and his ability to tie in VeeFriends, especially now with all this regulatory clarity, into his real life businesses and all this stuff. I think something's big's coming from here. I'm not going to connect my wallet, but yeah, I have 20. I have 27 of these fuckers now, Series Ones, and again, I think really soon here in the next few months, maybe when they're releasing the cards that they're releasing with tops, it could be revolved around that. I think Vcoin is coming, and obviously we've seen everybody, at least people who have the top collection usually get a pretty sizable airdrop. So yeah, knowing Gary too, I think the airdrop, if the conditions are good, I don't think the airdrop's going to lead to the VeeFriends dropping 60, 70, 80% like a lot of these other ones have. We'll see what happens though. And yeah, I think we're just waiting on some type of singular catalyst for NFTs in general. Any news or any kind of major movements at all in NFTs? Everything's kind of just been flat, right?
Flatter down, yeah.
Yeah,
At Azuki.
it's been a pretty
Azuki at
large
2.8.
pullback.
Pudgy's at 10 could be the move,
Yeah.
but there's not any more tokens left. So
Pudgies could go back down to 8 though. Is the challenge there? All of the lows that we saw through that consolidation range, those are all within reach now for this pullback. To me, the ones that are kind of interesting, though, you're lacking catalyst is Azuki, given that they've kind of oversold. They're now less than where they were pre-token, but there's enough of an argument to say that some of the prices prior, in through the summer and early fall were just anticipation floors based on upcoming anime. So it's tricky. I
how's the
definitely
anime token doing? Is that the real question?
I think I had a bit of a relief bounce, but I wouldn't imagine that it's doing super well given where most of the meme coin market is. But I kind of side with Bren on the operator side of things. I think Gary Vee is a good one to bet on, and a continuation on betting Pudgies. But I would just wait for Pudgies to hit range lows before you enter in there.
Yeah, I really like how these coins, 163 million for anime token. Wow, this might end up being, dude, if this consolidates here and the NFT bull run does run and Azuki does, do anything, like this might end up being pretty nice entry. I would definitely keep an eye on this. At 163 million, that is fucking insane. Pengu even is under $1 billion too. I definitely did not like Pengu at $2 billion. I just held on to my airdrop that I got from having a few of the partnerships won. But I same thing with Pengu. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it if we do get some consolidation, because as we've seen with a lot of these airdrops that like drop out and just go to 80, 90%. If they are to recover, those end up being a lot of really great entries, right? So definitely keep an eye on Penguin and Anime. I think a lot of people probably assume they're like going to keep dumping from here, but I really would keep an eye on it to possibly put in a nice bottom, especially if we do get an NFT run. So somebody asked, can Bera abstract or Monad pump NFTs or unlikely? He means like the NFT industry in general. I do think it can like pump, energy into it. I know Rhodes talked about before a little bit of skepticism. For me personally, I think there's a lot of hype around Bera. Monad, I'm not so sure. I think a lot of it does seem a lot of like stuff around Bera does seem a lot of like, I don't know, like not cash grabby, but a lot of focused on just flipping right now. I don't know if that's going to bring strength to it. I don't really have a strong opinion. I'd like to see the Bera chain stuff do well. But what do you think, Rhodes?
Yeah, I have past history, right? Hasn't been great for new chains when it comes to NFTs. So I'm definitely not interested. Do I think there's opportunity in Bear? I think so. It's proven to be pretty good in the terms of how well some of those projects have done. But I'm not interested in chasing it because I don't think they're long lived. And until a chain proves me otherwise, I kind of stand with that. So that's kind of my take on it. Given past history on other chains that have popped up, done a little bit, and then faded off. Right, Ethereum itself has enough challenges maintaining attention, let alone Solana and Ordinals, and then et cetera, et cetera. Right. Um, so what does Bear offer that's anything unique compared to those other three chains? Probably nothing significant, and that's why we'll stick with the big three at the moment.
Yeah, I think there'd have to be some really cool projects that come out on there that really builds a culture, apart from everything else to do it. But looking at these pawn entities, this is a fucking sad sight, man. Honestly, I'm getting sad looking at this. This really nice one going for 35 fucking soul. This is the second. This is like my second favorite. Um, insane. Yeah, I mean, obviously, pawned under 100 million, you expect these things to dump out. I do think, again, if we do get above a billion on pond and this thing does recover, like a lot of these coins will, we could obviously revisit this. And I do think these eventually will go for higher. But I mean, yeah, crazy, crazy sight to see. I'm glad I didn't spend a 200, 300 on one of these, but it's definitely crazy to see them all the way down at 35, especially a nice one like this.
Right? Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, I had yeah, it's crazy.
Could be time to start picking these up at 35.
Yeah, probably good risk to reward there. See, this one sold for 21 too. Like, what the fuck? Look at all these selling for under 50. Nasty. This one's getting passed around like a fucking
Lost
damn.
puppy dog.
Yeah, yeah, that was a little more wholesome than what I was thinking of. But let's see. Moy says, "What's up? What's good, Bren? What's up, Moy? How much for the Bren NFT? Yeah, no Bren NFTs right now.
You should start a Bren NFT.
A Bren
All right.
NFT. That's my
Brent.
Brent, a
that's my
Brent Raids NFT.
Brent raids. Yeah, that'd be funny. I should make my name that on something. People would buy that. Yeah. So NFT industry kind of just waiting for a catalyst. Back to slow times for now, but yeah, AI 16Z partners. I don't know if you guys saw the whole commotion around the partners DAO or whatever. Um, this guy that created the partners AI 16Z partners NFTs. He made this DAO or whatever where he was like having whitelists and like airdrops to whatever, and I think the airdrops ended up being like $5 or something, the allocations, and a lot of people were kind of pissed about it. But yeah, these went all the way up to 10 ETH because people thought they were going to get a pretty sizable airdrop from holding one of these, but now they're back down to 2.5. DGod's at 8.4. It's like still one of the top Sol projects.
Because Frank's running around right now. I mean, Frank is making a killing right now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
You just gotta be a KOL, and you'll be fine.
I think I've been watching some of his stuff. Like, obviously he has people connected to his wallet, but like, they're definitely he does find some good shit. Like, I watched some of his shit recently. He's definitely like in it, and he does find some good shit. Like, actually finds plays. But obviously, yeah, it probably does help. Having people connected to your wallet and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's in it for sure. He's living it. See, some of these just look so fucking like this is like unmatched. Like, this art is like so much sicker than anything.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Some of these look crazy nice. It's
Are you guys
pretty.
looking at that Bitcoin chart right now? It's kind of going crazy.
Where did I put that? Oh,
I mean, kinda.
barely.
Kinda.
Yeah, no. I think, yeah. One more sweep down would be nice.
Dude, I just wanted to moon. I don't have to worry about trading the shit back and forth.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Let's see. What else can we look at right here? Um,
What's up?
virtuals.
What's up,
Virtuals. What do you think
comrade?
about virtuals right now?
Yeah, virtual, I think, was. Last time I looked at it, I think it was kind of holding. I know that was probably Hyperliquid, actually. I'm confused. Still just barely under $1 billion now. 60%. Yeah, I'd expect something like, again, virtual. Um, if the whole market recovers, which I think it does, something like virtual is kind of a no-brainer to go back to all-time highs, I think, with how much mind share.
Dude, I was
Every
talking to someone over the weekend, and he's like I don't know, he's like some developer, and he was gonna launch a coin on virtuals, and he wanted me to pull up like 6K, and like basically be the full like bundling shit. I'm like, bro, there's no way I'm giving you 6K for this shit.
yeah, yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I know the virtual they're launching on Solana soon, so there's probably going to be a lot of new agents that launch on there. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm surprised Base hasn't had a good run yet. It's all Solana still.
Yeah, I think when more people come in, they'll be onboarded. A lot of them to base, but we'll see.
Can you look up Eat Trade Fart? Someone asked about that.
Yeah,
User 506.
is it? What's the ticker? Eat
Probably
trade.
ETF or something.
Uh, yep. There we go. Yeah. Okay.
Dead.
Yeah, this looks kind of rugged, bro. User, what's his name? User what?
User 50691. It's just some like
Yo, user 50691, whatever. This looks rugged, buddy. This is what you call a rug pull, where it goes up. This is what you call a classic pump and dump. No. Yeah, I mean, doesn't look great, man. It's down like 99%. Usually when you have one fat green candle like that, that usually means it's like he was talking about, bundled, where they just buy a fuck ton of it, like pump it for a little bit and then dump everything. With that being said, if it were to come back down here at like 200K, stop here and then shift back above 1 million again, at that point I'd tell you, okay, there's a good chance it might go back up. But yeah, it doesn't look great, bro. It's down. Yeah, it's like 98%.
down horrendous.
Yeah. Down horrendous. What is Bitcoin's kind of down horrendous right now? Not really.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Sui's outperforming still today.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think Bitcoin's gonna be this bull cycle? 150? 200?
Yeah, like 150 to 2 is like 200 is probably the bull case.
What about Sol?
Um, what is that, like 50% of Bitcoin? Like I probably sold it. In that case, would probably go to like 5 or 6, right? If Bitcoin were to go to like 150, and then if it were to go to like 200, you could see sold at like 1,000 or 900, and then ETH in that case would probably go to like 10, 8, 9, 10. I don't think it's gonna, again, in this environment, I don't think it's gonna continue to be suppressed. I think at the very least it performs pretty similar to Sol, if not outperforms it. So yeah, I think if Bitcoin does a 2x from here, then you'd expect Sol and ETH to probably do 3 to 5 plus.
We were having this conversation yesterday. ETH first to 10K or XRP first to $10?
That's a good question.
This was a fun one. This was a tough one too, I think.
Yeah, it could go either way, man. It's because they're both like a 3x away, right? Maybe I
It's,
think
the
X.
it's the exact same percentage gain.
Yeah, that's a good question. If I had to guess, probably ETH. I think ETH's going to come out of this next one hard, but I think XRP also is going to have a lot of normies buying it again, so it's going to be close, man.
Someone asked about VET, VET.
Yeah, it's an old school one. That's VeChain, right?
I have no clue, and I
Yeah.
can't say his name, or I'm gonna get banned on TikTok.
Is it a racial slur or what?
No,
Just some crude shit. All right,
that's in.
you could tell me later, but god damn. Yeah, no, I think VET's one of the, like we were talking about, like at the top of the show. I think we are going to enter that period where some of these older 2021, 2020 plays do have a run. Wow. Okay. So VET did start running at the beginning of the bull run, had a nice run, pulled back pretty hard, correcting again, very volatile. But I do think VET on probably due to like the amount of liquidity and the amount of money that's going to come in. I think stuff like VET, that's like an older coin, will run as well and probably have a more sustainable run. But as you can see here, these older coins, there's a lot of people who've been in it for a long time, like probably looking to sell, and that's why you get these nasty corrections every time. So I do think it goes up, but I don't. I do think it's going to have a lot more headwinds than kind of these younger coins that have don't have so many top sellers or top buyers up here. But with that being said, I do think VET probably goes up this year with the rest of the 2021 coins that survived.
I'd wait. I wait to buy it at like 2.2 something, 0.25.
Yeah, I could see it going down
Anything
there.
under 0.20, 0.02 is like free.
Yeah, for sure. ETH 10K, yeah, I can see it. NFT triggered. I appreciate you. I think you were on the stream last night. Any chance to look at Max? Thanks, Bren. Yeah, I can't copy that, man. The
Can you read it out? I'll copy it.
it's Max. Let's see. Is this what he means? Max? Yeah, that's probably what he means. Yeah, so Max. So it's tough with these AI. I think this is an AI coin. It's tough. This is Agents Land. It's tough with these coins, the AI ones that are in corrections. A lot of them look the same, but I don't know, like this one specifically, what they're building, if there's anything that sets itself apart from the other ones. What I would tell you is this does look pretty corrective, even though it's like a 90% correction, right? It does have bounces. It's not like complete death chart like Zero Bro looks like. Um, so with that being said, if it is building something, it's still unique. You think it's still going to have mind share on it, whatever, attention on it, and it's not completely dead. This is the time you want to be accumulating these ones. I do like how it's been consolidating for 4 or 5 days. But again, you want to see a shift back above the channel, and then a final bounce or final confirmation would be if it closed above like or near 100. So yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on this because I don't know anything else but the chart. But yeah, I would say it probably does go up at some point. But you want to see it, make sure that it goes back above 120 for that final confirmation.
Yo, Kiss My Fat Ass on TikTok gifted a diamond.
Hell yeah.
First
Shout out
gift,
to Kiss My
actually.
Fat Ass. Let's go. Round of applause. He gifted you a what?
What, like a dime, like a gift. It's like a diamond thing.
Let's go. Shout out to you, Kiss My Fat Ass. That's nice of you. Shout out to you. Definitely check us out on Twitter and everything as well. Shoot me a DM. If you're not on
It's
Twitter,
Brent
I'll
Raids.
yeah,
on
Brent
Twitter.
Trades. No, Bren Trades. Bren, my name here, trades with 2 S's. But hell yeah, definitely. How many does on TikTok it just shows the live viewers like currently, or does it show their overall views like Twitter?
Uh, both.
Oh, nice,
There is 6, but at one point we had like 25.
amazing.
Yeah,
I bet we could
super.
even like make it better on TikTok to where like it's they know what's going on, and I don't know. Because
What
do
do
you
you
even
mean?
have any posts on the TikTok or anything? We could
Some of them, but we gotta start editing the clips. We had a clip farm.
yes,
Say some
yes.
crazy shit so we can clip farm it, Brent.
All right, you ready?
Kiss
Yeah.
my fat ass.
Yeah, yeah, that one's good. And then all right, ready? I'm just kidding. All right.
Wait, do we look at Fartcoin or Goat or any of them?
Oh no, yeah, I think we maybe Fartcoin, but let's check it out. Yeah, so
That's a
Fartcoin.
good buy. That's a good buy suit for Fartcoin.
Yeah, see, like it looks just like that one that guy sent me before, even though it's not as down as much. But Fartcoin is Fartcoin, so it's like I can feel confident about buying it right here. So yeah, any coins that you feel like really strongly that's still gonna like survive and stuff that looks like this, I think is a good buy. So yeah, I do think Fartcoin probably comes down a little bit more with Bitcoin and then bottoms out and heads higher. Fartcoin's like an AI coin, but it's like built a cult around it, pretty crazy. Yeah, it was a great stream. NFT Triggered. Appreciate you for being on last night. Um, uh, let's see. Are people panicking on Twitter? I assume. Let's check it out.
Dude, I don't like going on Twitter anymore. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's definitely not always great.
I think there's too much political shit on Twitter, and too much like I don't know, shilling.
Damn, this senator bought some virtual.
Isn't that like a while back?
Oh yeah, he just disclosed it. He sold virtual 9 days later after being down 38%.
Easy. Welcome to crypto.
Yeah, welcome to crypto, Mike. Mike Collins.
In crypto, the first one always cost a shit ton of money.
If you guys are newer, you're on TikTok or you're whatever, you don't use Twitter much, definitely give Kaleo a follow. He's always great, just in general, but also with the charts shit specifically. I've learned a lot from him, as well as speaking of NFTs, he has this NFT project as well, Wonky Stonks, which he seems really serious about pushing, and he really does
Oh,
believe
we got more from Kiss My Fat Ass.
right on.
We got ARB,
Okay,
XCN, and then VVV. VVV's been talked about everywhere. I feel like.
the waifu thing. Oh, the one on Coinbase or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so Arbitrum, I think that's what he means by ARB.
Yeah.
Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, I think are amazing entries right now. Like we were talking about, I do think Ethereum's going to dominate block space demand, like in the future, in the next few years, as they start tokenizing bonds and stocks and stuff. BlackRock's already built on Optimism, which is a layer two. There's stuff they're doing. And yeah, so I think the layer two tokens are in great entries right now. Optimism, Arbitrum, ZK Sync. And I do think Arbitrum, once it bottoms out here, probably might be like a generational bottom here. Like actually, I think it's going to run all time highs. And yeah, ETHL2 tokens I think are great short term. Short term, obviously, it could come down a little bit more, but mid and long term, I think Arbitrum's in an amazing position here.
So you're saying like if ETH goes 4x, Arbitrum can go like 10,
Like 10. Yeah, easy.
10, 15.
Yeah. Easy.
I love it. All right, we got also XCN. I think we've looked at it before as well. Yeah. Oh man, this is ripping.
Wow. What the fuck is this?
I think we looked at this before. I just don't. We talked about it, but
Crazy last few weeks. 10x in the last month. Yeah, I mean, I wish I would knew what this was. Let's see.
I wish I knew what it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oxycontin? No, Onyx Coin. Damn. Yeah, what is this? Let's go and Check out
Jay Brizzle said he's holding 20K on Xcoin.
Is it layer 3 blockchain? Damn. No, designed for financial grade applications offering near instant confirmation, low fees. Designed for financial
Oh, interesting.
grade.
It's a base. It's a ETH L3 on base.
Interesting. So yeah, it looks like it's designed for like financial, like traditional finance people to do shit like cross border payments and stuff. Interesting. Yeah, I mean the chart looks pretty fucking good. Obviously, it's fucking ripping. I don't know how much volume's on it. Let's see. Volume 367 million. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely obviously a lot of volume if it's pumping that much, but it's just crazy to see it pumping circulating supply. Yeah, I mean the FDV is not too far off from the market cap. I mean, it looks good. If you said you have 20K in there, I don't know where you bought it. If you bought it down here, you're up
No,
10x.
2K, 2K.
2K, okay. Even if if you bought that down here, whatever,
I
um,
think it's still gonna run. It looks good.
it should run. But yeah, definitely take profits on the way up is what I'm saying, especially after big runs like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had
Last,
to guess, like Danksy said, I think it keeps running.
yeah. Last one, VVV from Kiss My Fat Ass.
Oh yeah, Venice token.
Ooh, that's your bread and butter consolidation.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like a nice correction. Lack of consolidation up top. I assume they have some type of like bigger plans and operators behind this if they have Coinbase listing immediately. So, I mean, I do like how it's coming out of here. I don't really have any alpha as far as like what they're doing. I could probably look into that, and we probably could have more conviction after that. But yeah, I do like how it's shifted back above this corrective channel. Didn't consolidate for very long, so it's always possible it comes down. But if it closes above this bounce high, let's say at like 229, like another 2x from here, I think it's going to continue to rip back to all time highs. So yeah, I wish I knew more about what this was. Everybody panic, must be aliens coming.
I mean, Bitcoin is almost at 98K,
What?
so not panicked as much as before.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's tough. It's really easy. Oh wow, it's really easy to Yeah, I think Bitcoin's just doing these last little fucking gasps of downside, and it's just gonna fly soon. But I think it's really easy to like think, oh fuck, it's the end of the world. Like crypto bull runs over when like meme coins and stuff are down 90, 80%. But it really is just all driven by the majors, guys. And it's just completely obvious to me that this is a coil up on Bitcoin. And we just get these washouts on memes, and that's why you got to take profits aggressively. It's a game of musical chairs sometimes, and if you're caught in some shitty coins, you might lose that fucking game of musical chairs. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense, but yeah, I think I think the good coins are going to go back up soon, and we're going to get a lot of new money entering crypto to sustain some pretty crazy market caps on some good coins, and yeah, just a
Just
matter of
telling me
time.
the good coins will go up and the bad coins will go down.
Yeah, I mean, some bad coins are going to go up too. I mean, like who's fucking to say bad coin, right? Like, just shit like fucking that's not been around a long time. You would think just completely scammy. A lot of that shit will pump too.
What I take from that is none of the good coins are going down.
Yeah, yeah. What's good is your bags too, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
Borna the Young says any Solana L2s worth farming. Does Solana have like I know even have L2s like that?
Yeah, do you Solana have L2s? What's going
I
on?
might need them after what happened with the Trump thing, but I think that was more so.
I think that no, that's definitely from Solana not being able to handle it for sure.
Yeah, but the Tolly or whatever they were saying, some other shit like I don't know. I don't even know. Any what was your biggest loss? Back in the day when I was still first starting with forex and even crypto, like oftentimes with people like I lost like everything multiple times. And I was just starting with $1,000 here, $500 like for the first year or two. Like really, it was just like that's really, I think, is really important in crypto. If you're just starting in general, you don't necessarily have to just straight lose money, but taking losses and just quote unquote failures are like how you learn the best. Like I've learned, especially chart wise, I've learned 10x more on losing money on like what not to do chart wise, and like the opposite of like when something does this, like what not to do essentially. And you'll hear this pretty commonly among like quote unquote people who've seen success in anything, right? It's just like you gotta fail. So I don't know what my biggest USD loss is, whatever, like, but definitely have lost blew multiple accounts when I was first starting trading.
Yeah, I lost a shit ton of money trading the fucking election this year.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I had fucking Kamala winning the popular vote.
Oh yeah. Okay, on Polymarket, yeah, you're right, man. I remember that.
And the fucking Barron Trump college shit.
See, I know that fucked me too. I thought I had some fucking alpha. Yeah, dude, that was
Dude,
brutal, bro. I
fucking
forgot about
mess.
that, man. I forgot about that. That was nuts. But yeah, fuck. Crypto
No,
envy.
there's some Justin Bieber bets on if you wanna.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody could really know about that really too much because it's like how those are worded. But crypto envy says been a bit was a been a bit was a joke about crypto Twitter. Been a bit. What's been a bit? Oh, I think crypto envy said he was making a joke about crypto Twitter. I've seen projects calling themselves Solana L2s. Let's see here. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I've never seen like Solana L2s. Oh, XOS.
I gotta hop off soon, by the way.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call it. Yeah. So if you guys hopped on just like the last few minutes, we're gonna go ahead and hop off. We do these streams twice a week. Tuesdays today at 1 p.m. PST, and then 10 a.m. PST on Fridays. So definitely give everybody a follow. That's tagged in the thing. Bossman Calls is where I spend a lot of my time on the Telegram, B3L, with what they're doing. And yeah, if you're new from TikTok or anywhere else, go and shoot me a DM, and I'll send you some stuff. But I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on Friday. Any final thoughts from you guys?
Nah, Bitcoin's gonna start mooning. Do not jeet your bags, no matter how painful it is.
Yeah,
You will be left at the station, so do
yeah.
not get off the train.
I fuck with that. I love that. Well said, bro.
Hold
What
spot
about
and hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time in the market beats timing the market. This is the time to just wait it out. We're consolidating for the next leg up.
Yep.
So let's go.
Hell yeah. Well said. All right. Love you guys, gentlemen. I'll see you guys soon. And see you everybody else on Friday.
Yep.
Appreciate
Take care,
you.
guys.
That's good.
Stay safe.
Take care.
Late.
Bye.